You've worked with pastors and people who work within the local church, shepherding others. How does that experience, closely tethered to Scripture, enable and empower the gospel to be really good news as it's experienced by people in local churches?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, and it really comes to this. If the Scriptures teach it, and particularly for our Wesleyan tradition, I mean, at the very heart of our Wesleyan tradition is not just our understanding of salvation, but it's the experience of salvation. It is not just our theological understanding of holy love, but it is our experience of holy love, which is paramount. And so this is it from our Wesleyan tradition, especially because our focus is on the experience of salvation and the fullness of salvation in this life, or at least the degree to which we can experience salvation in this life, and even our understanding of what might be the normative Christian life. The fact of the matter is, this tradition and reason, as we interpret the Scriptures, then make clear to us that the Scriptures talk about a present experience of salvation where we're set free from the power and the nature of sin, and truly set free to walk in the love of God and walk in the love of neighbor, and able to walk in obedience to God, to at least what we know to be the will of God, and that the fruit of the Spirit can be that which is defining of our lives, so that in our experience as a pastor and individual lives and in the congregation, if that has not been experienced, if that is not what is being experienced, then what we do is that we begin to seek the Lord, especially in our Wesleyan tradition, in the means of grace. Knowing that this is the normative Christian life, that this is the Christian life that is meant to be lived. This is the fullness of salvation that should be realized in this life. Then, because this is the teaching of the Scripture, and we see this in the tradition of Christianity. I've made this argument. This is a part of historic Christian orthodoxy, and I've made this. This, of course, is our Wesleyan Arminian and our Wesleyan holiness tradition in particular. But it helps me as a pastor to be a guide and to be a leader, and to always articulate that this is, for instance, the normative Christian life. This is the life of holiness. This is the life of love. And then seeking the Lord, placing ourselves in the means of grace until this becomes something that is vivified within our own experience and life. And so we seek the verification of the truth of Scripture ultimately in our lives, and we wait upon God, active waiting in the means of grace, for this to be brought about in our hearts and our lives. And so it then becomes a guide leading to and not settling for anything less than the genuine experience, the genuine vivification of the teaching of Scripture, particularly in our Wesleyan tradition in regard to the understanding of holiness and love in our lives, the experience of salvation and the fullness of salvation in life.